Yes, no, absolutely. And so let's talk about, I guess, what do you think of the love confession in the bed in the cottage?
Oh my God. Okay, so that also brings me back to my relationship because
Mhm.
my husband and I, we've been together for 23 years. And we
Congratulations.
met at the gym. We hooked up a couple of times. And then 3 months later, he moved in with me. And all my friends were like, "You are crazy. You barely know this man. He's moved in." And oddly enough, these were friends who were in relationships. Their relationships were long gone. And he and I are still together 23 years later.
Mhm.
And I remember that moment where, and oddly enough, it did happen in the bed, where we confessed our love to each other. Yeah, maybe you might, I don't know if you want to keep that in or not. But yeah, and it's just like, I just remember looking at him and just thinking, I don't ever want to live another moment without this person. And, we both kind of said it. And when Ilya was saying it in Russian, and then finally just looked at him and said it. Well, remember, he had already said it to him one time before in
Yeah, he
Russian.
did. Yeah.
So this was his second time saying it to unbeknownst to Shane. Second time he said that to him. And,
Mhm.
then Shane said, holy whatever. And then he says, I love you too. And that was just amazing. That's one of the most beautiful things that I've ever seen. And it hit home because a lot of us are afraid to be vulnerable. We have to be
Yes.
strong as men. We, can't show weakness. And if you said, I love you to someone, then it's like, oh, you're showing weakness. And the fact, I think what brought Ilya to that point too is because Ilya
Mhm.
has a crappy family. I mean, his
Yes.
story is tragic. The mom, she died with an overdose intentionally.
Mhm.
The dad just treated him poorly with dementia. The one thing I wasn't really clear on, and maybe you're a little more clear on this, is the
Mhm.
relationship with the brother. The brother hated him, and the brother kept dropping the F slur a couple of times at him. So I'm like, did the brother know that he was gay, or that was just something to demean him? That didn't really become clear to me. But I
Mhm.
also think the brother was jealous of him because he got
Yes.
to live this great life in America. He was rich, he was a celebrity, and he's just a policeman who does illegal drugs and cheats on his wife. It's like two different situations. And,
Yes.
then you have his relationship with Shane, who, one, invited him to his private sanctuary, two, made him feel like a guest. I mean, made him feel welcome, like this is your home too. And
Mhm.
then came up with a plan for them to be together. Not like this is going to be just these 2 weeks. He's like, I'm thinking 2, 5, 10 years in the future. It's going to be you. It's only you. And I think
Yes.
Ilya never had anybody to love him completely that way. And when Shane came and said, this is what I'm thinking, you do this, you do that, we're going to do this, I plan this out. And he's like, wow, you're thinking about this. You're thinking about me. You're putting me centered in your life. And that's when I think the floodgates of love just opened for him.
No, absolutely. Even that scene before when they were talking and when, Ilya was talking to Shane about, "Oh, I can marry, Svetlana so I can get married and get my green card." And Shane, what you can tell he was incredibly jealous.
Well, let's talk about that because that happened twice in this series. There was that scene, and then in episode 4, and you could see how
Mhm.
Shane progressed because in episode 4, when he was talking about I never see you with women, you could see Shane kind of tense up, like, why is he talking about this with me? You know, because
Mhm.
in Shane's
Yes.
head, he's thinking he's not serious about us. I'm serious about us. And then when he did that in episode 6, Shane was like, this woman is not going to get my man. Period.
Yes.
That's what he literally, without saying
Yes.
this, and just let's shout out Hudson's acting. Just the
Yes.
micro expressions on his face, the
Mhm.
tears, just the intonation in his voice. He's like, don't marry her, just don't. We'll figure something out. And then the
Yes.
next scene is him in the bed with him up figuring it out
Yes.
because I think the fear was if I don't do something, I'm going to lose him, and I don't want to lose him. He's so important to me. we're going to work this out and I'm going to figure this out, you know? And I just love that. I just absolutely love that. And then the toe touching, I don't know if you noticed that. Their feet were touching the entire time. It was just
Yes.
like, we need to stay connected. I love you so much that I need that connection with you. You know, it's just Jacob Tyranny, man. I have to say I have cried every single episode with
Yeah.
with the show, and I'm not a big crier, and it was just like I got teary because he just knew those emotional notes just to hit, you know.